Hey guys, welcome back to another video here on Toned In Entertainment, where we love pop culture. In the 90s, the horror movie genre, it had grown pretty stagnant until a movie came along called Scream that really shook things up, and it gave it that breath of fresh air it desperately needed. Now, the writer of that movie, Scream, was a guy named Kevin Williamson, who would go on to create the show Dawson's Creek, but he also wrote today's movie Look Back, and that was I Know What You Did Last Summer, released back in 1997. The movie stars Jennifer Love Hewitt as Julie, Sarah Michelle Gellar as Helen, Ryan Phillippe as Barry, Freddie Prinze Jr. as Ray, and Heche as Melissa, Johnny Galecki as Max, and was directed by Jim Gillespie. The movie starts off on 4th of July, and Julie, Helen, Barry, and Ray, they're enjoying their last summer together before they all have to go off to college and go on their separate ways. Now, they had just left a big 4th of July party, but the party hasn't stopped as Barry here continues to drink while Ray is driving his car because Barry is too drunk to drive, but Ray gets distracted while driving when Barry drops an alcohol bottle all over the car and they hit a pedestrian that's just walking on the street. Now, even though Barry wasn't driving the car, it was his car that hit him, and there's alcohol spilled everywhere. So he fears if they call the cops and report the accident, he's gonna fry for manslaughter. So he pleads with his friends to please, let's dispose of this body. If we throw it out in the ocean, the crabs will just eat it up and the evidence will be gone before they even find this guy. But as they go down and they throw this man into the ocean, he's still alive. Now we catch up with our 4 illegal dumpers 1 year later, and while they've all tried to forget about the incident, the man who was dumped in the ocean has not. Now, this movie does a great job of creating a guessing game of who could be stalking these 4 youngsters. One thought is it's a man named David Egan who went up that night essentially to jump off the rocks into the ocean and call it all in. We saw him at the opening credits of this movie. Another thought is it could be Max, played by Johnny Galecki. Early in the movie, we see he has a thing for Julie, and him and Barry actually get into a shoving match, and Max actually comes across them as they're preparing to dump the body. So maybe they're thinking it's blackmail. Another thought is it could be one of these 4 who are trying to keep the other 3 silent. Now, I don't think I'm spoiling anything because the movie is over 20 years old, but from here on out, I am gonna go on with spoilers. So if you don't wanna be spoiled by anything from a movie from 1997, now's the time to turn away, but otherwise, let's go on with the look back. Now, we're gonna go on with the process of elimination. First up is Max. Well, he gets hooked by the fisherman, so he's out. Next up, David Egan. They actually find his body caught in a fishing trap, so he's out. The killer is actually gonna be a guy named Ben Willis. Okay, now to try to break it all down. The fisherman, Ben Willis, had a daughter named Susie who died 1 year ago in a terrible accident that was caused by David Egan. Now, David Egan had gone up that night because he couldn't deal with the guilt anymore, and he was gonna jump off the cliffs into the ocean and pack it all in. But the fisherman, he was having none of that, as he wanted to have his own little meet and greet with David Egan, and that's why he went up there to confront him. But while going up there, that's when he was hit by a car by our party of 4, which caused them to freak out and throw him in the river, which caused them to have the fisherman come back 1 year later and stalk them. Whew, I think I got that all right. Now, one of the things I really like about this movie is the psychological games that the fisherman plays with the 4 partygoers, whether it's putting crabs inside Julie's car or cutting off some of Helen's hair while she's sleeping or stalking Barry at his gym. This fisherman is gonna have some fun first before he puts his hook in them. Now, do I recommend you guys checking out I Know What You Did Last Summer? Yes, I do. It's a scary and fun ride all at the same time. And even though our party of 4, they were in the wrong, they did something horrible, you'll still be rooting for them the entire time. This hook fisherman is stalking them. Now, if you guys want to check out I Know What You Did Last Summer, it's available to rent for as little as $3.99. Now on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give I Know What You Did Last Summer an 8 out of 10. I really do still enjoy the first installment of this movie franchise almost as much as I did when I first saw it at the theaters back in 1997. Now one of the things I really like about this movie is the character development, that all the characters here have a purpose, that they're not just here as like bowling pins lined up for the killer to take out, that they all do have a purpose here. Plus, I really dig the chemistry between our 4 main characters, Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, and Freddie Prinze Jr. They really do feel like friends, and they really feel like they're friends having conflict when the fisherman is out to get them. Now, what do you guys think about the first movie in the I Know series, I Know What You Did Last Summer? Leave me a comment below, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts. Alright guys, well I hope you liked that movie look back of I Know What You Did Last Summer, and coming up tomorrow, we're going to look at the sequel to the movie, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. So guys, make sure you subscribe here to Toned In Entertainment for future videos.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.